Stage, CBC's on it. He said, tonight we're going to talk about cock. The whole show is going to be about cock. They're going, I said, you know, the stuff around your bathtub. We're going to talk about old cock. Because there's not a woman in this place that doesn't want the dry old cock removed from her home. You want to replace the old dry cock with something new and pliable, new cock. That's what women want. Want their husbands to remove the old cock, and I'm suggesting, gosh darn it, that we get a machine, put some batteries in it, you can remove the cock with a suction. You can have a cock sucker. You should rely. When you get a Canadian Tire, you get the Tim Allen Toolman Special Cock Sucker. That's what I'm going to start doing. Look for it this year. That's how you get around the censors. We would all drink these cocktails up in Bayfield, and the boys would come in and we'd ask questions, and my grandma's and aunts would go, I can't even understand a word you men say. Why don't you just grunt like the little pig jar? That's how it started. The whole show was because of that. My one aunt Barb says, hey, you don't even need it. All you need are three things, you men. And her mom, Nana, she said, all men are good for is lawn care and vehicle maintenance. Everything else is superfluous. And I just can't believe I said superfluous. It just really slid out of my mouth. I'd rather say fuck than superfluous, I swear to God. That's how my parents were. My grandmas and aunts, I love being around them. But my aunt is half-breed. So she had Canadian sensibilities but with an American mouth. That's not a good combination. Canadians look at things like, dead center. And she'd come out, she'd look at us the way we played. She always called us, she's just a bunch of half-queers. 7 boys. She called us half-queers. Well, hell, we're only 11. Of course we're half-queer. We haven't made up our minds yet. But you think about it today. I don't know why. What happened to us when we can't go out and play without a helmet? My daughter, I got a 20-year-old now, but when she was a little kid, you could put a helmet on her to go on the bicycle, a little pistachio thing. Where are you riding a bike? Portugal? What the hell do you need a helmet for? I got so much padding on her, she looks like a forward. She couldn't even move. She couldn't even get on the goddamn bike. I said, why didn't I take a swing at you with a hockey stick? See if you feel that. I did a full swing, hit it. She goes, I didn't even feel it. Well, now I know we can play. Jesus, it was, I get injured more having sex than I do riding a bike. You start wearing that shit around the house. That's what my aunt was talking about. Little half-queers, you don't know how to play. My dad was a safety dad. His safety talk for bicycles was just, don't fall off the goddamn thing. They had safety talks. My dad was a boy, he used to beat us. That was when he could beat kids. Can't do that anymore. Where you get caught, you go to jail for beating your own kids. He didn't really beat us, the threat, because we all used to act up in church. We went to church a lot. I still go to church. I like going to church. It's a good time to do my thinking. I never understand what that guy's saying. I just know there's wine and bread at the end of it, and then I wait for that. I'm doing my dry cleaning, trying to figure out everyone would just call the guy, liar! My grandma called us little half-queers because we never played with. We played with real toys when I was a boy. We did. We had shit that could really put out an eye. That's what they came up with it. I had a Johnny 7 by Mattel. It was a little automatic weapon that shot literally plastic shells that were armor-piercing by today's standards. I think the Taliban uses this shit now, some of these old American toys. And on the side of the box it said, a great way to put out an eye. It was actually an advertising slogan. And Whammo, which must be a communist Russia company, because they just hurt American children. They had all these things that just killed you. They had a thing called a water whale. You attach this little hard plastic head that was smiling on the end of a hose, and you go, and kids are running around trying to get hit in the head with it. You didn't have a good day of playing, they'd smack you in the goddamn head. We had lawn darts, they call them jarts. It was a 30-pound lead dart that an 11-year-old's throwing at another group of kids. You put the target on the ground, the kids are standing around. It would go right through your head. But kids those days were morons. They didn't stop. You look, you get out of the way, it lands. Morons nowadays, kids just looking for miles an hour across the lawn. If the adults are all getting liquored up on the porch, they don't tell you how to run the thing. So you go to the neighborhood kids, there's 20 of us out there, Lord of the Flies, figuring out how to work this stupid thing. And the first kid, Chris Schultz, goes shooting up the thing into the street. We all go, oh, jeez, he almost got hit by the old Buick. We got to stop the kids. That's dangerous. How are we going to stop them? My older brother says, well, put them over there near Shrefferman's oak tree. It'll stop them when they get off the tree. Shit, Chris Schultz goes down there smiling because he had so much fun. Whack! 12 teeth like chitlets flying out of his mouth. And you get it. He wouldn't, there's no lawyer involved. He's like, that's a sign of the rest of his life. Look at I hit on that tree. Look. Hell, his dad comes running out of the house and goes, let me try that. That looked fun. My dad shot us out to do fireworks. Fireworks, that was a big deal. I think we used to come up with, I can't remember, it was one where you come up from Detroit and buy the shit in Canada, or you had to bring it to Canada. I can't remember. Knowing how you people are, all you like is liquor and strip clubs, so it must have been us that brought the shit over. America's known for one thing, we like blowing shit up. That's one thing we love doing, shooting people, blowing shit up. We don't like strip bars. Well, my dad said fireworks are just a very simple safety lesson. Black cats, you can't get really hurt with them, but they can hurt your hearing, so don't stick them in your ears. Cherry bombs, M80s, which is a quarter of a stick of dynamite, that's dangerous. It'll blow your hand up, so don't hold on to it. It's okay to throw it at other children, but don't you hold on to it. Go have some fun, kids. We used to fish that way. The Rouge River outside of my house. You'd get suckers to bite on the fireworks. They'd blow the goddamn fish right out of the water. That's childhood fun memories that live a lifetime, people. I like cake, too. I love cakes. Hostess cakes, man. I like them. Except snowballs, they look like a furry tit. I hated those things. Had marshmallow falsie on top there. What the hell was that? The one was pink. That was disgusting. Twinkies, that was my treat. I like Twinkies. The old Twinkies, the old style Twinkies, they don't make them anymore. They used to make that weird shit. What was it called? Butter. You know, butter, cream, milk, sugar, those kinds of things. Flour, yeah. They don't use that anymore. They want the Twinkie to last 800-900 years on a shelf. I don't think they make processed foods to kill us, but they are in fact killing us. They made a Twinkie at one point, Boston Yellow Cakes. That's how it started in Boston, Massachusetts. But they only lasted 2 or 3 days, because like I said, they were made with that weird shit like butter, which doesn't last very long. So is that going to make this shit last longer? Guy in Florida said, we got all this palm kernel oil we're not using in processing. And that guy, I swear to God, if you whip this shit, it looks just like whipped cream. You add a little bit of sugar to it, some vanilla flavoring, and beef tallow, it actually feels like whipped cream. But it lasts, it'll sit there in a plate for 4 or 5 days. You know, is it hurt yet? No? But it's shit that no one, if ants walk up to a modern day Twinkie, they'll walk right around it, they'll look at it and go, I don't know what the fuck that is. Now that was the ant saying fuck just then, so that doesn't happen. See how my mind thinks? I want the old gals to go, I'm going to kill that kid. I swear to God, I'm going to kill that kid. I like all that stuff. I don't like some of the British foods. And that's one of the weird things about when we were kids in Canada. You had a lot of British stuff. We didn't like the British too much. We have a holiday that we celebrate how much we dislike them. But you had the Queen on your dollar. You still do. It's like kind of weird arrangement you and Britain. Not too. You had codberries. That was a scary bird. That was a scary candy. My dad always said, my grandpa said, get me a codberry when you're grabbing my bog of milk. And my Player cigarettes that look so weird. What is Demoriers? Is that still around? Yeah, and the Bots Blue, Molson Gold, and all those creepy things. And get some vinegar for my fries. Creepy, man, you. I can't make my coffee taste like Starbucks. I have a $4 billion machine at home that picks the beans, bakes it, smokes it, and still tastes like shit when I eat it. I think it's the cups. I think those cups is what. So I just buy the cups. And you put Maxwell's freeze-dried shit in there, and I'm a happy guy. That's women and men too. Women, my wife and I were talking about, I talk about this all the time. My whole life is about women and men, because all my families were girls. We grew up with boys, but all of us have girls. I got girls, my brothers, they got girls. We're so damn different. Women are pissed all the time, I figured. They just wake up pissed. I try to cut it by just getting up in the morning and looking at her going, hey, I'm sorry. I'm just goddamn sorry. Well, you better be. I haven't done anything yet, but I'm sorry for you bank a few sorries. She was pissed at me the other day because she didn't like the way I breathe. Not the whole process, just the inhale. I hate that. Creepy women are sometimes. She's got a lot of gay friends. I don't understand it. She's got a lot of, like a posse of gay guys. They all go shopping with her. Take white wine into the bedroom and they all look at her dressing. How do I know that middle guy's a fag? I don't know if he's a fag. There's no, fag ID. He's looking at your tits when you're changing clothes. I don't have a big posse of lesbians I go hang out with. Watch me try on tight underwear? That's not fair. She brings gals over sometimes just to change clothes. That's the weirdest shit I've ever seen. Those little girls going by, carry white wine to the closet. What are you guys doing? Oh, we're just going to watch Jane try on clothes. God, what is that shit? Is that an afternoon of fun for you people? Hey, Brett, Tony, Rob, let's go to my house. I want you guys to watch me put on some clothes. If you see anything in the closet you like, you can just put it on. Take it home with you. It's a weird world, isn't it? I think about things when things weren't things the way they are. I call them trigger points. One day it was, one day it wasn't. One day you can say fag, one day you can't. In the U.S. anyway, fag is something. You can't say fag anymore. About 18 months ago, you could stop saying fags. It's demeaning to fags or homosexuals. Well, I didn't change my mind about homosexuals, but some of the thought police tell you can't do it. And there's a lot of things like that in the world. There's a law against bestiality, I find out. And there's probably a good reason for it. I don't know. I don't have the pension. I don't want to have sex with animals, but there's a law that you can't have sex with animals. You know what that tells me? There was one day when it was okay. What was the trigger? What happened on that Thursday in 1640? That's enough! You can screw all the sheep in your own yard, Roger! But you start coming over here and fucking my parakeet, that's it! I'm calling the constable! I think about too much shit, I think, people. One day in our country we like Barack Obama because he's African American. Next day we don't trust him. Now he's really battling up. I don't know if he is African American. All of a sudden everybody dislikes him. What happened? What did he do? All of a sudden he's a weird man. He may be Muslim. He may be from Mars. We don't know. What's his driver's license say? So we'll ask the guy. My grandma says, well, he's not actually African American. He's a mulatto. And I never heard of that. I go, mulatto? And then when I tell the guys at CNN, you can't say that. That's a dirty word, mulatto. I said, well, what? Sounds great. What is Barack then? He's a mixed race. That sounds like a snack food. I don't like it. I like mulatto. Smooth and creamy rich. Oh. Mulatto. I like the sound of mulatto. It's like a cigar. I'm 2 Cubans and a mulatto.